Ani, Bojo, Wache, Tonche, Atalihai, Gima, Paul Pedersen, Dijnakash, Shwakmak, Dujaba. Today, I know that I'm speaking from a land that's been cared for since time immemorial by the Anishinaabe peoples, and that as a Canadian, I'm a treaty person, and we're on Robinson-Huron Treaty land. I want to acknowledge as well the beautiful Métis peoples, Inuit, and many First Nations peoples that call this place home. This is also a landmark year for people standing up to racism, both individual racism, systemic racism, and also societal racism, and to persons who abuse authority. As a person with privilege, I know that I will never know what it's like to experience racism firsthand. But I do know that I can stand up against racism and stand with everyone as an ally. Living with racism is not new, and sadly, it's not an out-of-date concept. Systemic racism comes in a variety of forms, like not being able to hire a lawyer to fight for your rights, like not being able to vote, to being stolen from your parents, both in residential schools and in 60s schools, to schools not being funded like other schools, to having disproportionate incarceration and enforcement rates, and not having access to clean drinking water. These are all examples of things that have happened in our country and are currently happening in our country. Some of those systems have changed and ended certain racist practices. However, right now, the message we're hearing is we're still not doing enough. We have to continue to make positive change. We have to do that fast, and we have to do it so that people can feel a measure of safety and security. And while I acknowledge that on a personal level, I still have much to learn, and that on an organizational level, we still have work to do, I also want to say that I'm proud of much of the work that we've been doing right here, hand in hand with the Indigenous community. Today is not a platform for me to list all that we're working on or have been working on, but I will share a little of what I know that we're starting to do. One of the things that I know we're starting to do is make changes to our procedures and policies, and that's important. We also want to create opportunities for personal growth for our members to learn other cultures and to see through another lens. We have a duty to preserve peace, save life, and prevent crimes, and we don't take that lightly. We need to look at how we do those duties, and our ACPAC committee helps us shed some light on this. The Aboriginal Community Police Advisory Committee just recently celebrated their 20th anniversary. This is also one of the Murdered Missing Indigenous Women Girls two-spirited calls to police for action. And we're proud to say that creating that committee didn't happen out of a recommendation from the TRC report. It happened years ago. Work that happened before I got here. Work that we're committed to continue. ACPAC teaches me to have circular thinking and that we are all equal and our voices are equal. And with that, I know today I am speaking from a place of privilege as a chief of police. I recently sent the community a message that our service is learning and that we are listening. Please engage with us. Continue to share with us so that we can understand what we don't know. We can't do this alone. We can't do this in a silo. We need to do this with community. We have 440 members working for Greater Sudbury Police Service, and although we do have Indigenous voices in Greater Sudbury Police Service, it's not enough. Sudbury's Indigenous population is about 13,000 people. People of different cultures, cultural aspects, different experiences, different struggles and different joys. Since living here, I've attended a number of different functions, from a Tikmashing's powwow to the Sudbury Métis community's fall harvest gathering. I attended a water walk in Wanapateh First Nation. And this past February, I sat in the audience of a play that tackled looking at murdered missing Indigenous women and girls and two-spirited people in a completely different light at Laurentian University. I've attended a presentation from Indigenous youth where one courageous youth shared their experience of being arrested and spoke about how that built in fears. I've also been thankful to meet Nokomis, Mishomis, and a senator from this community, and many guide and teach me. I really am blessed to call Sudbury home, and I do my best to be present in this community. I know it's important to be there in good times so that when we do encounter struggles, so when we do encounter challenges, we can tackle this together as friends, not as strangers, as allies, and we have a foundation of understanding. I really am proud of the good work that we do here at Greater Sudbury Police. However, we're not where we need to be. I know that. I continue to try and lead with my mind, my body, my spirit, and my heart. And I thank you for spending time listening to me. We will always do the same. Lastly, this is how I sign off when I'm speaking to my members, and I'll say the same to you. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay positive. Happy National Indigenous Peoples Day. Chi miigwech.